Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here and I have a bunch of new makeup to play with, so what better thing to do than a first impressions video. I just did a haul from Ulta and Sephora, plus I got a super awesome Vox box from Influencer with some Becca items in there, so we're going to be testing out a bunch of new stuff and see how it works. The first thing that I'm going to test out is this new primer from Becca. It's the First Light Priming Filter. As you can see, it is a lavender. It looks almost shimmery in the bottle. So let's see how this looks on the skin. So as you can see, it definitely does not look purple on my skin at all. I feel like my skin does look brighter. This primer has a very fresh citrusy scent, like a lemon type of scent, which I actually enjoy. It feels very hydrating. It doesn't feel silicone-y like a pore filling primer, but it does feel really great on the skin. It felt almost like a light moisturizer. So we'll see how it holds up throughout the day. I'll put some updates down in the description box if you're interested in seeing how any of this stuff wears. I don't have a new foundation to test, so I just put on a little bit of this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. Now we're gonna test one of the things I'm most excited about. It's the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Everyone has been raving about this, and this will be my first time ever trying it out. I'm really nervous that I put too much of this on under my eyes because I know that it's super heavy. So I'm gonna blend it out with my beauty blender. Well, I can definitely see what all the fuss is about with this concealer. The coverage is incredible for how thick it is. I expected it to take about a week to blend everything out, and it blended so easily with a damp beauty blender. This is my first time trying this, so I don't really have a fully formed opinion on it yet, but so far, I'm definitely really impressed with the coverage from this concealer. The next thing I have to test is this powder from Becca. This is a new powder and it came with this brush as well. These are from Influencer, just FYI. The powder is called the Soft Light Blurring Powder in the shade Golden Hour. I have dry skin, so powders can be kind of iffy for me, so I'm gonna try this with the brush that came with it, see how it looks. So my first impression of this powder, it does look really nice on the skin. It doesn't look super powdery. Unless you get really close, you can tell that I've powdered my face, which, I mean, any makeup is like that. I do wish that the shade was a little teeny tiny bit lighter. I do think it looks slightly yellow on me, but I mean, I think it looks fine. I just added a little onto my neck and it's definitely not a deal breaker for me. I'm not crazy about this packaging. I do think that it's really beautiful, but it's pretty bulky. It's just not super easy to work with. I love Becca's packaging. They usually do a great job of making it stylish and simple, and this is definitely really pretty product, but I don't think it's the most efficient thing ever on my vanity. This brush, I loved. The bristles are super soft. It did a great job of dispersing the powder very evenly over my face, and I really like the brush. Now I'm gonna try out this Illuminator from Sweat Beauty, and this is a pretty cool concept. You get the powder in these little like capsules and then you insert them, and then this is a brush. So I've never done this before. I'm trying it out for the first time on camera, so we'll see how I do. You're supposed to insert the powder and then twist it until it stops. Turn the base to open the brush and then shake and tap at a downward angle until you see powder. sure it just takes a second to get started. I feel like ketchup's gonna come out. Ah, there we go. Oh, now I got something. Can you see that? This is the Illuminator in the shade Gleam On, so let's see if we can get our gleam on. Okay, gotta be honest, did not think I was gonna love this, but this glow. Okay, so I did a little bronzing with my Sweet Tea bronzer and just a light contour with my Wet n Wild contour palette, and now it is time for blush. I'm going to be trying out this Laura Geller blush in the shade Rosewater, and I'm just gonna use like a duo fiber brush. I've really been enjoying using a duo fiber brush for blush just to get like a really light kind of natural application. So let's put this on. I think the blush is pretty. It's not like life-changing, but you know, it's blush. I think it looks nice. It's not so bright. I'm not really a fan of like really bright pink blushes. I think that this just looks nice, little natural pinky flush, so pretty. I like it. The next thing that I'm gonna do is brows, and I have the Goof Proof pencil from Benefit. I have never ever used this before, so we'll see how it goes. They sent it to me and they sent me the shade 5, which I'm afraid might be a little bit too dark for me. So we'll just try it on and see how it looks. Okay, so the shade actually is a great match. I don't know why I ever doubted you, Benefit. And I was a little intimidated by the shape of this. It's not a standard pencil, it's kind of this like diamond shape almost. But it was actually really easy to work with. So far, I like it. The next thing I'm gonna do is put on a little bit of lip gloss. I have this Laura Geller Color Luster lip gloss in the shade Sugarcane. I really like the color of the gloss. It's a good everyday kind of your lips but better shade on me. And it doesn't feel very thick, very sticky when I put my lips together. I don't feel like they're sticking together. So I like it so far. We'll see. The very last thing I'm going to be testing is this Tarte Man Eater palette. I just got this. I have swatched it, but I haven't used it on my eyes at all. It smells amazing. I love the shades. Hopefully I love it as much after using it as I think I love it right now. I just finished up my eye look using this palette and it was so easy to work with. I love the shades in here. I used the highlighter Lace as my inner corner highlight. I used this peachy shade called Passion all over to set my lids, and then I used Purr in the crease, Saucy on the outer part of my eye, and then Foxy all over the lid. And I think it would be super easy to switch out these two shades for these two shades for a little bit more dramatic or kind of vampy look. This is my first time using this palette, but I have to say so far I love it. I think this is great. I know Tarte has another one that's the same layout with some different shades, and now I am seriously contemplating going and picking that one up because I like this one so much. Now that I've finished my makeup look, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown on all the products that I used for the first time today and tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, Fortunately today there's nothing that really didn't work for me. Some things just I need to wear for a little bit longer before I decide. I'm gonna start with the Becca products first. This primer, very interesting product to try. It felt really nice on my skin, it smelled good. I think this really just needs to be worn for a while before I decide how I feel about it, but so far I'm hopeful. I do like this. Now for the powder, I think that it looked really nice on my skin. It's not a perfect color match for me. I think it's just slightly too dark, slightly too yellow, but I really was able to make it work. The packaging it's just kind of too bulky for me. Like I said, it is really pretty. It's just not really that efficient, but I love the brush. I'm gonna continue to use this. I'd also like to try to use this with a pressed powder and see how that does, but so far the powder is just okay and the brush is awesome. Now the Shape Tape Concealer. I don't feel that this one really can ever get a fair shot because it was so hyped up that at this point I'm just expecting it to be like the magical concealer that erases every flaw and, you know, does the dishes and gets my oil changed in my car. And it does look great. I think it doesn't look as good up close as it does from far away. So I think that the coverage and everything looks really great on camera, but when you get up close, it's very kind of creasy on my under eye area, which, I mean, I'm 31 and I have dry skin. Like, under eye creases happen. Concealer doesn't fix those for sure. But this, I think just because it's so thick, it does create some kind of like cracked looking creases under there. Obviously, this is my first time ever using it. I need to continue to experiment. I want to try some different powders and things like that with it. So it's definitely not a hate by any means. I think it was just so built up that there's no way it could really live up to the hype at this point. I did test a new blush and a new highlight. The highlighter from Sweat Beauty was kind of a surprise like for me because it's so different from anything else that I've tried that I was expecting it not to work, and I actually just love the glow that it gave. So far, I'm impressed. I will continue to use this, but I like it. This blush is really pretty. It's not like, you know, a life-changing blush or anything like that, but I expected it to be pretty. It is pretty. I like it when products live up to my expectation. As for the Goof Proof pencil, I was a little intimidated. I thought, first of all, the shade was gonna be too dark. I think it works just fine with my brows. And, you know, I'm used to the standard, just like pointed eyebrow pencil, and this has that really funky diamond shape. So at first I was a little intimidated by it, but I did find it very easy to use. I do like the way my brows look, and I'm definitely going to continue to use this and test it out, but so far, I like it. I like you. As for the gloss, I'm usually not a gloss girl, but I've kind of been interested in glosses more lately. So this one I've only been wearing for less than an hour, and there's no way I can have like a full opinion on it, but first impression, it's really comfortable, not too thick or sticky. You know when your lips feel like they're gonna have like strings of gloss if you push your lips together? That's really gross, sorry. This doesn't feel that way at all. It feels really smooth, very comfortable. It's a good gloss. I've had a lot of luck with my products today. Happy about that. And the last product is the Man-Eater palette. You're not gonna be surprised. I love it. It's warm tones, it smells like chocolate, it's pretty. I don't know what else to say about it. The mattes blended out great. The shimmer that I used was really pigmented. I like this. I like it. This is a good palette. I've been on a roll with palettes lately. I just got the Lorac California Dreamin' palette, the Viseart Petite Pro, this one. They've all been fantastic. So that's it for my first impressions today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know, have you tried anything new lately? Is there anything that I need to add to my shopping list? Let me know in the comments. I always love to get your suggestions. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. L'Oreal Infallible Pro Pro Glow. Pro Glow. Infallible Pro Glow. Enunciate. But why is it so big though? Why? I'll just give you... What? Obviously they're all now. That was an attractive face.